The cock is up. Hey, kid.
Going.
No, not that one. Get your hands out of your pants. That is not what we're talking about. Where did you grow up? On a farm? No, wait a minute. If you grew up on a farm, you'd know that sound, and then you were probably molesting the animals anyway in your desperation to get some, because obviously you didn't do it last night, because here we are again, Saturday morning. Your head is throbbing. Other parts of your body are throbbing, not in a good way.
Get the bacon and eggs going, the coffee brewing, pop a couple aspirin with your Pedialyte. Getting you through. That is your Uncle Kev, the Maestro Kevin Crane.
And that, of course, is your Uncle Dave, the Conquistador Dave Height. Your very, very favorite, bestest ever uncle.
This is your Saturday morning hangover cure, your favorite politically incorrect pop culture commentary. Sports Frenzy 2.0, the weekend edition.
That is right. And we've got a full slate for you. We're going to play a little catch-up here in music, of course. We always start off with the rock and roll. We have our featured album review delayed a week. And then we're going to get your Uncle Dave's opinion and comments about our final concert in that run we had 3 and 4 days. Of course, that would be the great David Lee Roth. And then that will kind of tie into some of the music we're going to listen to next week for you, which just popped today. But we will start off, yes, with the self-proclaimed greatest band in the world. And goddamn, they're pretty close.
They're
Hives.
entertaining.
Another band that we can't get to play anywhere near here, goddammit. The Hives. Their brand new album, The Hives Forever, Forever the Hives.
More high-octane output from these cats.
Yep, and it took them a while the last time to get an album to us, but then once we got the death of Randy Fitzsimmons, now it seems like, okay, every couple years, hopefully we'll get you some new stuff. And this album does not disappoint.
No, it does not.
Now, I will say what I said with the Styx album review from, a month and a half ago or so. I don't need the meaningless instrumentals that last.
The intro, the interlude.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, just stick with it.
Yeah, so we're not counting those.
No.
11 songs on The Hives Forever, Forever the Hives. Now, I will say this. I will boldly go where only the maestro has gone before. Where I will go out and say, it has been months. It has been months, and I still love Enough is Enough where it is probably my song of the year.
It is really damn good.
It is simple.
It's my mantra.
Yes, it is just, it just hits you. Everyone's a little fucking bitch, and I'm getting sick and tired of it.
Enough is enough.
Yes.
Enough is enough.
Yes, we're not sugarcoating anything here. This is not anything other than a streamlined punk anthem.
It's beautiful, and you get a lot of that through this one.
Yes. Dare I say, there was only one song that I thought was mediocre.
Which one was that for you?
Which one was that for you?
OCDOD.
No! How can you say that?
My favorite.
Oh my god, that is the fastest, furious punk song on here. I'm gonna count to 10, and then I'm gonna count to 10 again, and then I'm gonna count to 10 again. OCDOD.
Wasn't my favorite.
Loved it.
Didn't hate it, just not my favorite on here.
I was not a huge fan of They Can't Hear the Music.
I can see that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was just, compared to the rest, it was a notch below. But everything else, absolutely loved. Bad Call is awesome, man. Bad Call is awesome.
Bad Call is fun. I love Paint a Picture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we reviewed that, yeah.
Yeah. Still love that one.
Yeah, basically you're too stupid to understand what I'm saying,
Yeah,
so let
so
me
let me
paint
paint
a
you a
picture.
picture.
That's the great thing about the Hives is they don't care, man. They will insult anybody and everybody in their
Yes.
lyrics.
Roll out the red carpet.
Yep.
Come
Now I
on.
figured Born a Rebel was your type of song.
Born a Rebel I enjoyed.
Yep. I'll tell you which one I really liked was Path of Most Resistance.
That was fun.
Very catchy. Great line in it. You feel a little bit trapped and a little free. And I'm like, if that doesn't sum up life right there, a little bit trapped and a little free, I was like, that, for its simplicity, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll take that any day over any bullshit that Bob Dylan writes.
Yeah. There really isn't a bad song on here.
No, this could be their strongest album since going all the way back to Veni Vidi Vicious. Of course, that was the one that launched them with Hate to Say I Told You So.
Yeah.
I just love this album. Absolutely loved it. So I've already declared Enough is Enough could be my song of the year. This is definitely in the running for album of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because and I told you, I knew they were going to close it out with the Hives Forever the Hives. You just knew that was going to be the closing song.
Appropriately so.
Yes, as they kind of reflect on their lives and then just declare, we're forever, baby. Deal with it. Deal with it.
And we will.
Yeah, even Legalized Living, I've been getting into that lately.
That's the catchy one that
yes.
it grows. It's like, it's okay, but then the more you listen to it, yes.
Yeah. That's almost the one I would have put on the radio.
Yeah.
That would have been the one 25 years ago that might have actually been a radio hit. When radio actually mattered a little bit. But, yeah, because it's catchy, it's not... It doesn't have the obscenities
that the rest of them tend to have.
Most of the rest of them do. But I love it. 3.5, strong 3.5 frenzies. Just
Amen.
barely away from the perfection of 4.
It's about a half hour.
Yeah, but that's what we get from them.
But that's what you get. So
yeah.
But no, it's a solid 3.5.
Yep.
You have to listen to this, kids.
Enjoyed it so much.
So much fun.
Hooray! Hooray! Every song. I mean, literally. I am not going to quibble about they can't hear the music. Really, I'm not. You know. Even though I guess that's the one song that keeps it from being a 4. It's still not that bad.
No. It's a solid. Have to listen to it, kids.
Yep.
Have to. All right, now let me get into David Lee Roth's 80 solid minute set that we listened to. I mean, my God. What was it? 19 songs. And I thought, I was going to be happy if we got 14 and dealing with some of his ramblings and rants that we would normally get.
You would think we would get, yeah.
There was no talking back and forth with the audience. It was, boom, came out singing with Panama and rolled right on through with no breaks in between. It just went from one right into the other. I have got to give Dave props for his stamina. Constant motion on the stage, continuing to belt it out. Not always on key, but at this point in his career, his age, there are those limitations.
And he had the 4 guys singing backup.
4 guys in the backup that helped. Panama, one of my favorites, was the weakest song of the night.
Oh, you think so?
Vocally.
Okay.
That's where it really showed that, kind of cringy here and there, trying to hit the higher notes. When he avoided trying to go so high, he sounded better. And I think if he would have toned that piece down, the high the high notes, if he would have toned those down throughout the entire thing, would have sounded better. Even though not quite as true as they had been, but adjusting to what his range now.
Yeah, see, now I didn't know until just now that you thought Panama was the worst of the night, right off the bat.
Yeah, I thought it right off the bat it was the weakest. And I'm kind of cringing, like, oh God, what are we going to be into? And then it progressively got better.
Yeah. Yep. And I said, I believe I told the kids last week, the only thing I would have changed on the set list is near perfect. I think I would have pulled, and I understand why he did it, because he wanted to represent every one of the 6 classic albums.
Right.
So he put Oh Pretty Woman in there from Diver Down, where I would have put And the Cradle Will Rock in there instead, and just skip Diver Down. Or somehow throw us a curveball and play Where Have All the Good Times Gone?
Yes.
I don't need Oh Pretty Woman. I just don't. That's never been to me a classic Van Halen song.
No, it's a remake.
Even with all the covers.
They do.
You Really Got Me is Van Halen. Even though it's a Kinks song.
They made it their own.
Even on Van Halen 2, You're No Good. I know that's not their song. That's Linda Ronstadt, but still.
But they made it their own. Oh, Pretty Woman was that was pretty much just an homage to Roy Orbison. They didn't tweak it.
I hear that and I think Roy Orbison. I don't think Van Halen.
Exactly.
So, I'm picky about that.
Yeah. Cradle Will Rock or Where Have All the Good Times Gone, definitely better calls that would have made it a little bit
because
better.
you look at some of the deeper tracks that he played, Romeo Delight, which I love. Oh my God. I love that song.
Everybody wants some.
Yep.
Come on.
Somebody Get Me a Doctor. He delved into those first 3 albums very deep, which was awesome.
Yes. Outside of Oh Pretty Woman, great set list.
Perfect set list.
Loved the non-stop way he was going.
And he did not short any of the songs.
No, they were complete.
They were full, complete versions, but he would they'd finish and they'd go right into the next one.
Yeah. Well, son of a bitch, technical difficulties.
Yeah, so if you heard a little blip there for a couple seconds, we apologize. Not our fault.
This recording software decided to stop recording on its own and then picked right back up again.
Yep. So, wrapping up our look at David Lee Roth, of course, I gave you my review last week. Now you're getting the Conquistadors.
Yep, I don't know if you heard, but talking about the guitarist that Dave had lined up, absolutely brilliant job playing the songs.
Yes, he was outstanding. I don't want to compare anybody to Joe Satriani. Of course, we saw him last year doing the Best of All Worlds tour, but this guy, nothing to be ashamed of.
No,
nothing to be ashamed
not at all.
of.
He was very good. So, with everything, I will give it a solid 3.
I think I went 3.5 just because these are my songs, man.
Yeah.
These are my songs.
I had to go a solid 3 just because of the vocal issues.
And I get that. I kind of bumped it up to 3.5 just because of the fun factor for me.
Yeah. And it was enjoyable.
And then, of course, we made a new friend.
We did.
Yeah. I didn't talk about that last week.
Yes, we had the Klingon.
Yeah, nice guy, but, from when we were trying to sit down and eat something and get a couple adult beverages before the show, to before the show inside the venue, to sitting next to us and talking to us right up until the start of the show.
And then walking out with us after the show.
Again, I felt bad for him.
Nice guy was there on his own.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to have a whole lot going on. So
yep.
We did our good deed for the month.
And it's always the shirt.
It's always the shirt that gets us in trouble.
The 2 shirts you guys got me for 2 different Christmases. The one Van Halen Frankenstein shirt, which is the one that got us here. And then, of course, the other one with all the 80s well, 70s,
70s,
80s.
80s hair
Yeah.
bands into the
Even
90s.
into the grunge era a little bit, yeah. Those shirts always, for the most part,
Spark
always
good.
get some conversation going, get some discussion going among the rock and roll brethren. So
Yes.
So yeah, again, I skewed a little higher on this just because it's Dave, not you, Dave, but that Dave.
That Dave. Diamond Dave.
Diamond Dave, and it was great to see him. Probably, I would imagine, even if he goes back out again, it's probably the last time that we'll see him, unless he opens for somebody else that we really want to see.
Yeah.
But I still think that this tour was sparked by Sammy.
Sammy's best of both, yeah.
Yeah, he saw, well, Sammy's going out doing best of all worlds. I'm going to bring the people the songs they really want to hear.
Yep. The real Van Halen.
Yeah. But of course, we're getting rumblings and rumors with the new Mammoth single that Wolfgang might not be a fan. So next week, we will review 2 new songs. We will review the new song from Alter Bridge, finally the first single from their upcoming self-titled album coming out in January.
Yep, Silent Divide.
And then just released today, the 3rd single from the upcoming Mammoth album, The End.
I really wanna.
Yeah. Which I've
Wow.
read stories where this is supposedly a thinly veiled shot at David Lee Roth. So, we'll review both of those songs next week, along with the brand new album from Bryan Adams, Roll with the Punches.
Yep, we've been waiting on that for quite a while.
Yeah, I think he's released 4 or 5 singles off of that.
Yeah.
So, and then, of course, big music news this week. I was hoping to surprise Dave with it on the podcast, but
alas,
Mrs. C beat me to it.
The text came through. Next year, Twisted Sister hitting the road on tour for their 50th anniversary.
So that will be interesting. And of course, this is one of those situations where Dee Snider basically swore, I'll never get back together with Twisted Sister. It'll never happen.
Yeah,
and somebody wrote him a big enough check
that it's going to happen.
Yep. So we will see Twisted Sister on the road in 2026.
Hopefully at a venue near us.
Can I make a prediction?
$100 tickets?
No, I mean, I don't even want to guess what ticket prices are for any of these shows anymore. No, but double bill with Poison.
Oh God.
Because
yeah,
you know they're going out in 2026 too.
Yeah.
You can see that.
And Bret Michaels brought Dion for Party Gras.
There you go, buddy.
Shit, not again.
Poison and Twisted Sister in 2026. That is the Maestro's prediction, and I think it shall be. It shall happen. It shall be so.
Or it keeps it East Coast and gets Skid Row.
Did you hear about Sebastian Bach, by the way?
What did the fucktard do this time?
He got into it with a fan at one of his shows, and it was a female, and she was antagonizing him. He had her thrown out, and they're like flipping each other off, and she's filming it. And...
Oh, Sebastian.
When he keeps himself in line and doesn't act like a liberal fucktard like he is prone to do, like when we saw him the last time, when he was tremendous.
Just
absolutely.
Straight up singing and engaging and...
Yep. Now, when I don't think you saw him at this show. I think this was when I saw them open for Guns N' Roses. That would have been my ex. My ex and I went to see Skid Row open for Guns N' Roses. They were terrible because all he did was grab his crotch and go half the time during the set.
Well, he did that when we saw him open for, God, who was it that time? Was it Dokken and Poison?
Was it a triple bill?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah,
He was solo.
The time we saw him in the smaller venue at the intersection in Grand Rapids,
Just a few years ago. He
was phenomenal.
Awesome.
Made up for the other 2 times.
Yeah.
When I was, really disappointed because, again, when he's in front of a big crowd,
his immaturity comes through.
Change completely.
Yeah, he becomes an immature douchebag.
Yep. All right, but again, that's going to be next week with Alter Bridge, Mammoth, and Bryan Adams. And then we will, of course, keep you posted on Twisted Sister with Poison in 2026.
Telling you, the East Coast run.
Hey, at least the shows won't disappear like this Winger show.
Man.
We had a show set up, kids. Our first show of 2026 was going to be Winger.
With Steelheart.
It was announced here at a local venue this last Monday. And then before the tickets were supposed to go on sale on Friday, the show had been canceled. And
Don't know what the hell
explanation.
happened.
And Winger's not showing any scheduled tour dates.
So who knows what's going on?
Because I figured when I saw it initially, I got the email, I figured this makes sense because they've been talking about we're going to make one last run and then this could be the farewell tour.
Right.
And I said, all right, we got to go see this farewell tour for Winger. And then poof, gone. Pretty damn quick farewell tour. Kind of like Kyle Busch in the bedroom.
Oh!
If you don't get that joke, check out the Sports Edition. The Sports Edition we just did this past Wednesday night. Of course, we do the sports every Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And if you're not listening, how dare you?
Yep, because we tape these back-to-back for your listening enjoyment on Spotify, Good Pods, Pocket Casts, Apple Overcast, CastBox, Amazon, Audible, and iHeart Sports Frenzy, baby! And to UB2B.
And then, of course, all links to the weekend edition can be found on the Facebook page as well. So with that, we move on to TV and streaming. I will admit, none, zero, zip, nada, nothing in terms of entertainment news this week.
So, it's all quiet on the TV front.
But when I get to my last call, I think I have a reason why. But we have a lot of new shows. We're cycling through to these new shows. Of course, we are into Alien Earth. Did you watch last night?
I did. We did watch last night.
Okay, so we're caught up through episode 6 of Alien Earth, 2 to go. I love that Sigourney Weaver came out the other day and said, I cannot believe this is a TV show.
Oh, I know. It feels like a long movie.
I, of course, am always going to be the dick. I'm going to be the one that criticizes. I'm going to be the one to piss people off. And I still love the look and the feel of this show. Little predictable of what happened in episode 6. I could kind of see this coming a mile away of what was going to happen.
You knew it was inevitable.
And I'm still not 100% sold on the whole Wendy and the talking. And now they're implying that the one she can talk to is going to turn out to be a good one. Oh, come on. If they do that,
they've jumped the shark with the series and it needs to be over.
And I would hate to see them destroy this series for that kind of bullshit.
For something stupid.
And I want an explanation as to how she can communicate with them. They have not explained this.
No, they haven't.
You know, for all the other cool, creepy aliens they've brought in, because, of course, episode 6 was called The Fly. Because we were told earlier on in the series that the aliens, the xenomorphs, don't want to mess with, don't care about synthetic beings. But the flies don't care.
The flies don't care
They
at
actually
all.
eat mechanical, instruments, robots, whatever it might be, androids. So now you've got chaos starting to brew on the island with the little prick boy, who I just... The head of Prodigy, I can't wait for him to die. Please kill him. Please, please, please kill him in the most brutal, awful...
Have his nemesis just send her troops in and obliterate that little bitch.
Yep.
He is such an annoying wart on the ass of humanity.
Yes. But again, that's supposed to be part of it, too, is that we're watching these...
The corporations
battle and fight it out. And, you know, that was another scene that bothered me a little bit, was the whole negotiation
it was kind of stupid.
Between Prodigy and Wayland Yutani. Was that the guy, number one, I would have said, if I was the head of Wayland Yutani, I would say, why don't you fucking do your job? You're not doing your job.
Yeah.
You let him cut me off, and then you just let him talk.
That was just,
anyway.
It was
that's nitpicking, I know, but it
still wasn't a great scene.
Yeah. So, again, 2 episodes to go. Still liking it, but I still need explanations on a couple things.
Yeah, they got some splaining to do, Lucy.
Yep. Then, of course, I have caught up, since it's been a couple weeks since we did this together. I am caught up on Peacemaker, so 3 episodes in on that. That's another one that I am enjoying, but I have some reservations about it.
With the alternate universe?
I don't mind I'll tell you what I don't like so far is, and I went on a rant last week about James Gunn, and I kind of, to bring you in on this, I know I'm repeating myself from last week, but I finally realized something I don't like about James Gunn. I think he's a little bit too arrogant for his own good, in that why is it that he decided that Suicide Squad, it was okay to bring all that in because he did it in the old DC universe? He decides all those characters are okay to bring over. I'm going to redo everything else because I didn't do it.
Yeah, no. Just leave.
Nobody watched his version of the Suicide Squad and said, wow, that was tremendous. It was moderately better than the first version.
It was all right.
But we've got Peacemaker, and we've got the Flags, and I've heard that he's going to try to bring Deadshot back, and I'm not a fan of him doing this. I'm not. And by the way, did you hear? I still haven't seen Superman yet, but I heard that it's called the Justice Gang in the movie. Not the Justice League, but the guys like Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner and everybody at the beginning of Peacemaker when we see them.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Justice Gang.
Well, there's the Justice Gang, which are the lowdown, second tier, and then there's the Justice League.
I don't like it. This is James Gunn screwing around with history and continuity, and I don't like it. I love Peacemaker, though. I love John Cena. I love the character beyond belief. And the alternate dimension stuff, I'm digging. It's been done before, I get it.
But that's what you get in the comics. They live for the alternate universe.
Right, and I think in this case, Cena does a really good job of kind of portraying how Chris is teetering on the edge.
The emotional roller coaster?
Yes, in that he knows who he is. He knows he's a vile SOB. I mean, obviously he has an orgy in the first episode. But then he goes to the alternate universe where Peacemaker is beloved. His father is not an asshole. His brother is still alive. And they form this trio that everybody adores.
There's some interesting things floating out there about the alternate universe.
Yeah. Now we do hear in episode 3 a quick mention of the Metropolis incident, which of course might be the tie-in to Superman.
Yeah.
Which again, HBO Max, let's get it going.
Come on,
let's get it out there. what they'll do is they'll probably put it on right at the end of Peacemaker. Right when Peacemaker ends, then they'll
Then we'll get it.
Yeah. Yeah, the streaming services are pissing me off with their dragging the feet now with putting these movies
Getting
onto
things out there and jacking up prices.
Yeah, I thought by now Jurassic World Rebirth would be on Peacock, and now they're saying, you can expect it in November.
It's like, come on, seriously.
Yeah, now they're looking at least a 4 to 5 month window.
Yeah, they're trying to get as much as they can out of the rentals. Whatever.
Yeah. So I am enjoying Peacemaker.
Peacemaker is solid.
Yep. Maybe not quite as much as season 1. Oh, the other thing I don't like about Peacemaker is this Tim Meadows bullshit. I don't need Tim Meadows
and his bird blindness.
Yeah, his bird blindness. That is not funny in the least.
No.
And they keep playing the same joke over and over and over again.
He told me it was a duck.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Economists, just walk away. Just walk. And then, of course, he gets stuck with the worst possible partner ever.
Oh, God.
At the end of episode 3. I like the original crew.
Yes.
I do. Yeah. I like the original guys.
The 11th Street kids.
I don't like the Flags now getting back involved, and was it Argus, and the Tim Meadows character's an idiot. And I just don't like any of that. Yeah.
Got issues with parts of it, others, it's brilliant. But that's what you get with Gunn.
Yeah. Speaking of idiots, I have started indulging in the 3rd season of Mike Judge's Beavis and Butthead on Comedy Central. And unlike
King of the
Hill and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I feel warm and cozy when I watch Beavis and Butthead. All I need to tell you is that in one episode, of course, what they're doing now, they started doing with this series originally, is now you get old Beavis and Butthead, and then you get future Beavis and Butthead every once in a while. So old Beavis and Butthead trying to fix a sink for their hot neighbor.
Oh, no.
And of course, all Beavis can do is take a pipe wrench and smack the pipe. Did that work? Did that work? But it's going, no. No, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick my hand down in here into the garbage disposal. But don't turn it on. Don't turn it on, Beavis.
Turn it on?
Turn it on! Okay, if you want me to. And I'm like, oh, Jesus God, where is this going to go?
Oh, good stuff.
It ends up they are saved at the last minute by Todd. Their old high school nemesis, the bully Todd. But that's just one of the little segments, so very happy with it so far, as you could expect from me and my immature comedy taste. And by the way, you missed last week my review of Up the Creek, which I finally got to watch and loved tremendously.
Wasn't it good?
Yes.
Lobotomy you?
Yes, it was. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely. Matheson is ridiculously good in that role.
I know that aftershave.
Yeah, when you get 2 guys from Animal House and a guy from Porky's and decide to put them together in a new movie, how could it go wrong?
How could it not be good?
Yeah. Now, I don't think you've watched this yet. I watched like 5 minutes just to get a little taste, but the new series on HBO Max, Task, that started up this past Sunday.
Not started that yet.
With Mark Ruffalo. Yep.
Yeah. It is pretty good. With 5 minutes in.
Yeah, again, they do a nice job setting things up with the... I'm not the biggest Ruffalo fan in the world, but I love the actor who plays the bad guy, and they set up his storyline very quickly, very well. And again, this was by the people that made Mayor of Easttown, which I thought was tremendous with Kate Winslet. So, yeah. No, I just didn't have a chance to watch it. Otherwise, I'll probably catch up this week on it.
Okay. Did finish Department Q on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Yep. And again, that's renewed.
British drama. It's renewed for a second season. As I said, imagine House, the character House, as a police detective. And that's your setup. Crotchety, I'm smarter than everybody detective who's dealing with near-death experience and trauma to his partner. So there's that crime to solve in the background of him coming back and being put in charge of a cold case squad that he's trying to work through. And the case they've stumbled upon, the disappearance of a solicitor she went missing while trying to go back home with her brother, and the whole piecing everything together, the cut back and forth between where she's at now and what she's enduring as they're trying to solve was it like a 3-year-old mystery of her disappearance. So, very good, likable characters. So, I will give the first season a very solid 3. There's a couple issues I had here and there, but very well done.
Outstanding. All right. And again, one of the things we're always looking for in this day and age is...
Are they going to renew it?
Right. Yep. And I'm still waiting. Another review I did last week while you were gone, I finished up Countdown on Amazon Prime. Major, I told you, major cliffhanger because of the way they structured it. They wrapped up
4 episodes in.
Oh, you're watching it. Good.
We are watching it. We're 4 episodes in.
They wrap up the first storyline in episode 10 and start a second one. And then they leave you after the 13th episode with the cliffhanger because they haven't resolved the second storyline yet. So very weird how they decided to structure this. But you guys liking it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Digging it so far.
Yep. Very cool. All right. Like I said, no entertainment news per se. I'll cover some in the last call. But we do have movie trailers.
I've got a movie review too.
Well, yeah, I do too. But before we get to those, trailers... Dust Bunny looks very interesting.
Yes, with Mads Mikkelsen.
And it is, of course, created by the same guy who worked with him on Hannibal. Yeah. One of the greatest TV shows ever.
Phenomenal. So go back and stream it. I think it's on Peacock.
I would hope so. Yeah, that's an NBC Universal show.
But no, Dust Bunny looks very cool.
And then you've got Landman Season 2.
God.
And again, kudos to Paramount Plus for getting it in terms of we're going to turn these shows around like they would be on normal TV.
Yeah.
We're not going to make you wait 3 years for the next season. You're going to get a new season every year because we're getting Tulsa King starting up here soon, and then Landman's coming here in the next month or 2.
Yep, keep it rolling, kids.
Yep, very smart. Very smart on the part of Paramount Plus.
Yes.
Then what was it Billy Bob said? I need to start drinking again.
Yeah, this is going to make me start drinking again. Yeah, and then... Uh-oh. There you go. No, it's beer. It doesn't count.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, because all they drink in the first season is Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, it's not even beer. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
So then you've got The Rip with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that's still a while out. That will debut on Netflix on January the 16th. But man,
the trailer looks intense.
Yeah. Corrupt cops, all of them, some of them,
none of them.
So yeah, I am always a sucker for Affleck and Damon. when they're together, it's amazing that their friendship has lasted this long and they still work well together.
Yeah. The chemistry that they have is great.
Yep. So looking forward to the rip. Then I had a couple that I had Dave watch. Shelby Oaks.
Could be an interesting horror movie mystery, disappearance mystery.
Yeah.
I thought, oh God, here we go. Are we getting another Blair Witch type thing?
See, now I was all up for it when I thought that.
So,
I'm a huge Blair Witch fan. Huge
it was
Blair
all
Witch fan.
right, but it could be interesting. It's 50-50 on where this one's gonna go.
Well, it's not like we're gonna go out to the theaters and see
No,
it.
we'll wait for it.
It's a streaming.
Yeah.
It's a streaming show. Streaming movie. And then, of course, the cheese factor comes into play with Song Sung Blue. Because we are Neil Diamond fans here on
Yes.
Sports Frenzy. And, of course, Song Sung Blue coming out this Christmas is with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson as a duo who basically have a tribute band to Neil Diamond. So,
Love the music.
yeah, that's the thing, is that I'll probably watch it just for the music.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So,
But it looks like it might not be as schmaltzy and cheesy as some of these other romantic comedies are.
yeah, but the trailer doesn't do it much justice.
I didn't think it was that bad.
So, we'll see.
But
All right.
there you go, kids. There are your trailers for the week. New trailer for Black Phone 2 dropped. You know, there was already one out there, but looking forward to that.
Is,
This is going to be the
man.
fall of, in terms of season, the fall of Ethan Hawke between this and then the show on FX coming up, The Lowdown.
Oh, the Lowdown. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
Which
the Lowdown.
I think the Lowdown will start the week after Alien Earth ends. I think it goes right from the
Right
one
from-
to the next.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Lowdown.
Yeah. Looks very good. So lots of Ethan Hawke discussion here.
Yes. Coming up.
Well, I'm very intrigued to hear what your movie review is, since you and I don't have a movie review in
No,
common
we
this
don't.
week.
I'm
Now,
intrigued
next
by
week,
what you've got.
next week we do, though. As Dave and I delve back into our bizarre, creepy tendencies to watch all these terrible, bad, awful, public domain horror movies.
Screamboat, baby.
Yep.
We've been waiting for it.
Debuting on Peacock. Well, right now, as you're listening, it's out there.
Yeah.
Debuting on Friday night.
Still waiting on Popeye the Slayer, man.
Yep. But we get Screamboat for you next week, kids.
But no, the other night, this is C and I getting ready to watch something like, all right, you want to start a new show? This movie, that movie? She goes, I want this one. I need something light. Something to put me in a better mood. So we watched Heads of State.
Cena
With
and
Cena and
Idris
Elvis.
Elba.
Idris Elba. Cena plays the American president. Action movie star became president, and Elba, who's
Which, God help us, might
served
happen.
as prime minister. No respect for the actor. They're forced together to put on a bold front to try and save NATO and launch this new energy source for the free world. Then you have the bad guy whose son, who was originally developing this, killed in a bombing, thinking that dad had him working on a nuclear reactor when he wasn't. NATO stole the plans for this energy. They've got it going, so there's the revenge factor. So they're on Air Force One together trying to make nice, and all hell breaks loose. So not only do they have to fight for their lives, but for each other, they're fighting for NATO. decent action sequences. You got the comedy, the butting heads, some predictable stuff, some really cool shots, some different things that happen. It is what you would expect. It's action comfort. So it's a solid 2.5. It's nothing we haven't seen before, but if you need something to watch, I'll recommend that.
Yeah, see, now I knew it was out there.
I will say it's better than I thought it was going to be.
If it wasn't for the fact that I've got so much other stuff to catch up on, I might watch it, but it just doesn't look like something that I need to put at the top of my...
Yeah.
But now...
Jack Quaid's got a fun little role in it, too.
I still got to watch Novocaine, too. Jesus.
Oh, good Lord, man.
But it's funny you mentioned comfort food in terms of movies, because this is kind of where I'm going to go with my review. Now, I don't think I like this movie as much as you did, because I'm playing catch-up. But I did watch A Working Man. And I love me some Jason Statham. He's awesome beyond belief. And I was thinking about his movie career. And I was comparing it to somebody like Liam Neeson. And I was going back and comparing that to the 80s, great 80s action heroes. And how they would put these movies out and the expectations. And it boggles my mind, if you think about it, how long Statham has been doing this and been successful at it. Because you have to go all the way back to The Transporter, where he really started with all this. And then he had the Crank movies. Then he hit it big with Hobbs and Shaw and The Meg. And again, the parallels with him and Neeson are very similar.
Yeah.
But Neeson, believe it or not, his career was a lot more compressed in terms of Taken went off, and then he tried to cash in as quick as he could with Nonstop and Unknown.
And the other Takens.
Yep. And then now he's kind of relegated to straight to video, basically.
Yeah.
Where Statham has been smart enough to, with The Beekeeper and with Wrath of Man, to keep this going and still be considered a high box office draw.
He picks some of the better films that have more depth.
Well, and here's the thing. Of course, you and I are connoisseurs of 80s action movies. A Working Man. Now, I know the background of this movie because, of course...
based on the books.
Based on a series of books by Chuck Dixon. Chuck Dixon, of course, well known as a comic book writer, most notably for The Punisher. So, right up my alley in terms of what I would like. Can I tell you one minor criticism of this, though? I see in print the character's name from the books, looking up the book series. How would you say that? Would you say, I cannot look at, now maybe this is my rock and roll mind taking over, but when I see Levon, I think of Elton John and I think of Levon. So I think it's Levon Cade. And then in the movie they call him Levin. I'm like, Levin? What the fuck? It's Levon, baby. Levon Cade.
Is it Levin?
Levin.
No, Levin.
I don't like that. I don't like the pronunciation. It might be correct in their eyes. I don't like it.
It probably is. We don't know.
It should be Levon. Levon shot 5 guys today.
Levin.
So Levin Cade.
Levin's more badass.
No, it's not. Levon is more badass than Levin. Levin sounds like bread. Unleavened bread.
Whatever.
So Levin Cade is the character Jason Statham plays in A Working Man. This reminded me, and I'm not saying this as an insult, but this is, again, the comfort food thing that you brought up. Reminded me of a movie like Steven Seagal's Marked for Death, where it wasn't the best in his series, but it still accomplished what we wanted it to. We still walked out saying, awesome. He killed
Great
a bunch
action.
of bad guys.
Great action
It had
sequences.
some great action. So
storyline a little.
Yeah, the Beekeeper was better.
Oh, the Beekeeper had a better story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This doesn't have much of a story other than he's an ex-military guy, background of with both British and with American forces. He's got his buddy, David Harbour, who helps him out. I mean, It's basically got all the earmarks of a classic 80s. Yeah, classic 80s action movie. Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris.
These are the good check boxes that you want.
Yeah, but again, it's comfort food. Again, it's movie comfort food. And then, basically he has to find the kidnapped daughter of his boss, who they're basically his family.
Yeah.
And then it gets a little bit let's just see how many times we can throw Jason Statham in a room with a bunch of people and see how many he can maim or kill.
That got a little old.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the whole motivation for the plot is very random, if you think about it. Where it's just, okay, just happened. She was in the wrong place, the wrong time. Okay, there's no big conspiracy necessarily.
No, it wasn't targeted. It was just, okay, fits
bad
a profile.
Luck. Just bad luck. Yeah.
If and it wasn't her, it would have been somebody else.
Right, and I didn't necessarily like how they turned her into some kind of a badass at the end. I'm like, no, she can't do that. You know the one scene at the end
where
I'm like,
I know
come
where
on,
you're at.
Come on. She's not doing that.
No.
You know, that's a move that a Navy SEAL could pull off, not her. So that kind of stuff bothered me a little bit. But again, it accomplished what it set out to. We got to see Jason Statham for an hour and 50 minutes. Kick some bad guys' ass. People that deserved it. People that needed it. You live vicariously through his character, Levon. And you enjoy it for what it is. I don't know if they'll make a sequel. This did okay at the box office. I know they're going to make a sequel to The Beekeeper. That we're going to get because that was a bigger hit. But Statham, like you said, he's smart enough to pick and choose. You know, he very rarely has a dud. Very rarely.
Meg 2.
Meg 2 still made almost $80 million.
I don't know how.
No, the one that you and I disagree on, Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre, that was a bomb. That was an absolute bomb. But you liked it. I thought it was
decent.
Garbage. Absolute garbage on toast. I cannot believe Guy Ritchie and Jason Statham and Josh Hartnett were involved in such a travesty.
It had so much potential that it left a lot on the table.
Why do I have to have Aubrey Plaza? I hate Aubrey Plaza. God, I don't like her at all.
It's not good.
But anyway, I will probably go the same way with A Working Man that you went with
Heads of State.
Heads of State. I'll go a solid 2.5 frenzies. Again, for accomplishing what it set out to do. And again, it reminded me of a minor grade Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris movie from the 80s. Now, see, again, I could talk for hours about this stuff, you know. Hard to Kill, upper level Seagal. Marked for Death.
Not so much.
Mediocre.
Out for Justice was.
Yes, Out for Justice.
Out for Justice
awesome.
is the.
But then once he started getting into the Fire Below and all that crap, the straight to video stuff. No. But we're talking about the Nico movies, the first 3 or 4 big theatrical hits for Seagal.
Yeah, no, Out for Justice was...
Hard to Kill. Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. You can mock Steven Seagal all you want.
But he had a hell of a run there where he was at the top of the action movie
I was at the theaters every time one of his movies came out back then.
Yep.
God damn, I loved him. All right, so then you've got A Working Man and Heads of State basically, both of us say comfort food for you.
Yep. If you got nothing to do, flip it on.
If you want comedy, go with Heads of State. If you just want straight on bloodshed and action, go with A Working Man.
Yep.
And that will take us to Moments of Silence. A lot in the world of music this week. A lot in the world of music this week. But then we have one big one. Going back to our
youth.
Our youth. Yes. And growing up in a stellar, iconic character from one of the big TV shows as we were growing up.
Yep. Kiss My Grits. So, Polly Holliday, who played Flo on the show Alice, has passed away. Thoughts and prayers to her family and friends. She had little bits in Gremlins and Mrs. Doubtfire, but she will always be Flo.
Yep.
Who told the chef Mel and the owner of the diner to kiss her grits.
Vic Tayback.
Yep.
Yep. And of course, that was Alice, Linda Lavin. Yep. Yep. Great memories. Great show. Again, back in an era where we watched any kind of show, any kind of comedy involving, didn't matter the color of people's skins, didn't matter if it was lower class, upper class.
If it was funny, it was funny.
If it was well written and funny, we watched it.
Yeah.
Yep. One of the lead singers, they would split duties. But one of the lead singers, one of the biggest bands of the 70s, passed away. Rick Davies from Supertramp. Yep. He and Roger Hodgson would share duties. Roger Hodgson left, and then Rick Davies carried on Supertramp on his own. Now, I don't know. I would like to think our demographic is all over the place, but for those of you in the younger demographic, you're probably going, Supertramp? Who's Supertramp? Supertramp, Breakfast in America was a massive hit album back in the late 70s. Massive hit album. And Supertramp was, for about 5 years, one of the biggest bands in the world.
Yeah.
You had the Logical Song,
Goodbye
Bloody Well Right.
Goodbye Stranger.
Yep. So, thoughts and prayers to all the Supertramp fans, the family and friends of Rick Davies. You also had, from the Turtles,
Mark Volman.
So happy together. Better not sing too much, otherwise I'll have copyright issues.
That's right.
With YouTube.
Again. So, thoughts and prayers to his family and friends.
Then we had the one-hit wonders, Brewer and Shipley.
Yep, Tom Shipley passed away. One toke over the line.
One toke over the line, sweet Jesus.
One toke over the line.
They sound too much like Grateful Dead for me.
Yeah, a little bit.
But again, this is what we're expecting here, is we're going to keep getting this.
It's going to keep rolling on.
And we're going to keep losing all these important figures from 60s and 70s and 80s rock and roll, kids. It's going to suck for a long time, but it's going to happen. It's inevitable because we can't cheat death.
Despite what Russia and China are trying to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, them Vladimir and the big pudgy one in North Korea talking about we just keep replacing our organs and we'll live forever.
Idiots.
All right. So kind of a weird week in that we don't have any dumbasses for you here on the weekend edition. Now, I forgot to do my last call in sports this week, but that was okay because we covered a lot of it with some of the bad fan behavior we discussed earlier in the show. But I do have a last call here to wrap things up on the weekend edition. Yes, little short this week on the weekend edition, but still, you got at least an hour. So deal with it. That's your bare minimum. That's what you're going to get some weeks. Some weeks we might go an hour and a half.
You get what you get. we're not going to ramble on incoherently just to space it out.
Right.
Some places only give you 15 to 30 minutes of content. We give you a little bit more.
So my target here on Last Call is, of course, the egos of celebrities. Now you're going, well, how
That's
is this?
every week.
Yeah, how is this any different than normal, Maestro? Because I'm targeting, specifically this week, award shows.
The bane.
Because I have seen here over the last week mentions of just randomly, of course, the VMAs we had this week. We've had the Toronto Film Festival. We've got the Emmys coming up, something called the MPA Awards. There's Doc NYC. Here's my problem. And yes, you all know I hate celebrities. And you go, well, why do you watch movies? Because Dave,
shut up and entertain me.
Right. You have a specific task. Your task is to read a script, memorize a script, and then tell the story through the script. That's it.
We don't care your political thoughts and views. We don't care your little social issue of the week. Don't care what you're wearing. Don't care who you're sleeping with.
Very well done, by the way. I like all of that.
Thank you.
But yeah, the awards shows, and we've talked about this in the past. I'll bring this up again. How long was the ovation for the movie? Because that will tell us really if it's got a chance later on for an Academy Award. Was it a 12-minute ovation? Was it an 8-minute ovation? Was it a 6-minute ovation?
Who gives a shit?
Right then and there, you should know there's something wrong with these people. I would love to record the crowd here at these, like the Toronto Film Festival or Cannes or wherever we're watching these movies. I want to see are they looking at their watches going, how long do I have to clap? How long do I have to clap here?
When does the big sign that says applause go off?
Or are you looking at the other people around you going, are you going to stop clapping? When can I stop clapping? How much did you like the movie?
Why am I even clapping? Because this was a piece of shit.
How in the hell did we get to this point where how long you clap for a movie decides how good it is? I mean, I understand if people get up at the end of a movie and they clap and they cheer, it's a good movie.
Yeah. But
how long they stand there and clap and cheer is now going to decide if it's a worthy candidate for the bigger awards later on.
Pretentious bullshit.
And then the other part of this, with these awards and these film festivals, is, and again, I will always say, these celebrities are the neediest, narcissistic people in the world. And these are the kids that you went to high school with that nobody talked to, nobody liked, and then they had to go to drama class, and then they went on to film school. I'll show them. I'm going to join the cool kids in Hollywood, and then I'll really show them. So now it's gotten to the point, literally, driving me crazy reading these stories about, we're going to give an honorary award to this person at this film festival. And we're going to give a Lifetime Achievement Award to this person at this film festival. And we're going to give a, Vanguard Award to this person at this film festival. All they do is they award themselves and pat themselves on the back. You're so great. No, you're so great. No, you're so great. Here, I'm going to give you an award. And then next year when I come back to Venice, you give me an award. Okay?
Okay, Schmoopy.
Yeah. It's sickening! And then you people eat this all up. And you, like Dave said, all you care about is, who are they dating? Are they together? Are they not together? Are they divorced? What about the kids? How are the kids doing? Get your own goddamn lives! And stop pandering to these people.
Quit watching TMZ. Entertainment Tonight. Just stop.
All they do is congratulate themselves for how great they think they are, how smart they think they are. And as we've already shown over the last 6 months, these people do not have educational backgrounds worth spit on the sidewalk. Yet they think they know everything about politics, everything about economics. Stop buying into it. Look at the real, true people that you're worshiping. And all they do is they glad hand each other, pat each other on the back or the ass, and go, "You're wonderful. So are you. So are you. So are you." You know who's really wonderful? Dave and I are really wonderful.
That was a hell of a show tonight, Kevin. I think you should be applauded for leading this brilliant cast.
I think you should get an award, Dave. I think I'm going to give you an award next week.
I'm going to give you an award.
No, I'm going to give you an award.
See how fucking stupid this is?
Yes. But we're not stupid. You're not stupid.
You know the truth.
But that's going to do it for the weekend edition. We hope you enjoyed it. Apologies for the little technical glitch early on. Hopefully, the maestro and his magic fingers will be able to do some keyboard magic and clean it up for you so you don't really notice it. But
leave it in. That shows we're real.
I would get an award for editing though, if I fix it though, Dave. I'd get an award for editing.
No, but we would get an award for originality for not messing with it.
We didn't even think about podcast awards. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Can you imagine?
We're off the rails now, kids. It's late.
He's your Uncle Dave, the Conquistador Dave Height.
He's your Uncle Kev, the Maestro Kevin Crane.
And please don't forget, vote for us for Best Podcast of the Year. Honestly, if you do, that's great. We don't give a fuck. We're going to do it whether we get it or not.
That's right. This is our chance to vent.
Each and every week. Saturday morning, your favorite Saturday morning hangover cure. And then, of course, during the week, sports, your favorite politically incorrect sports commentary podcast. We do it twice a week because 2 is always better than 1. And then we get double the awards.
That's
Dave,
what she said.
Would you just say goodnight to the kids, Dave?
Good night to the kids, Dave.
You did that really well. We should give you an award for that.